So, how does a forensic psychologist take care of themselves when they deal with a lot of trauma at work? So, a forensic psychologist is most likely to hear some pretty horrific stories of abuse and then have to write reports on it or testify. So, I schedule these things in my calendar knowing oftentimes what that might look like. So, for example, today I listened to 2 hours of audio of a sexual assault report, which was pretty traumatizing. And then I did a 2-hour interview. So that was about 4 hours. So it's important to just acknowledge that what you're doing and set time in your schedule before and after this to nurture yourself or debrief with the client. And so I made myself a strawberry protein shake and I'm headed to the gym and I'm going to do 2 hours here, an hour of yoga and some sauna time. And I'm here a little early to do just a little bit of workout before I go into the yoga. But this is part of self-care that a lot of times people don't talk about, but it's absolutely necessary. And then I do this every day. I hear a lot of pretty horrific crimes or cases. The worst, most horrific things you could ever fill your mind with. So you have to have a really, really good headspace, making sure that you are mentally prepared to take on that information, organize it, and be able to just be aware. Just be aware of the trauma that is coming in and making sure that you acknowledge it. So, and also I debrief with my clients no matter what my role is. Sometimes it can be different, and my role might be different in different criminal cases or civil cases, or I have a lot of different roles. I do critical incident debriefings also for agencies when there is deaths, and I debrief with people after trauma. So this is, a lot of people ask me about self-care as a forensic psychologist, and setting boundaries is my tip to you. Making sure that I do time blocking in my schedule. And so I have blocked time for self-care, and I've also blocked time for these assessments. And then I also have limits. And so also I have scheduled again tomorrow to do the same thing, and then the next day also. And so that's a little bit how I do my self-care. And I'm just going to nurture myself. And it also gives the client that I'm working with time to heal, as to not be re-traumatized when they have to tell their story. It's just important. So as a psychologist, my job is to do no harm, and I let the client know that I don't want to further traumatize them through the process. So that's a little bit about self-care for me. And so your tip of the day is time boundaries, like set limits. And so today I did 4 hours of trauma, and I'm doing 2 hours of self-care. And so I don't answer the phone. And that's a boundary because I'm dealing with a traumatic event. And so it's not a good use of my energy or time to be answering the phone when I'm doing something that critical. And so you also want people to honor your time boundaries and your emotional state, that you wouldn't answer the phone. And I also give my clients feedback on what to do after they go through a traumatic event, of what to do afterwards with themselves and what to expect through the process. So anyway, take care of yourselves out there and make sure that you are doing something for yourself every day in the form of self-care. And if you're not, now's a good time to schedule it.